Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and to internship vlog number 2. For those who have watched my previous internship vlog, you'll know that I took part in a virtual vacation scheme put on by Legal Cheek and the University of Law. Well, I've got another internship virtual vacation scheme starting today, which will be ending on Thursday, so I thought I would do a vlog on that as well. Before I talk more about that, I am going to make myself a cup of tea and then read a book as I normally like to do on a morning. Not long now till the start of the internship. This internship has been put on by Bright Network and it's been supported by a large number of different law firms. This internship is focusing on commercial law, and I'll be honest, commercial law is an area of law that I'm not particularly interested in. I'm more inclined towards public law and employment law, but and this is something I learned from the previous internship, and that was to keep an open mind. So I'm looking forward to this internship. It should be interesting. Today is mainly going to be a series of talks and maybe a bit of networking, and the first one will be starting at 9 o'clock. So day 1 of the internship has officially begun. It started off with some networking. So the system that Bright Network are using for this internship is Homerton, which is the same system that was used for the internship I did with Legal Cheek and the University of Law. And so there's a bit of networking at the start, and for those who haven't watched my previous vlog, what the network involves is you get an opportunity to speak to someone randomly, so that you'll get paired up with someone randomly and you get a chance to speak with them for a certain period of time. This one was for 5 minutes, whereas the Legal Cheek one was only for 3 minutes. So we've got a little bit more time to chat. So I was able to chat with a couple of people, which was quite nice. Get to meet some of the people who were taking part in this course. And then there was a bit of an introduction from and a keynote speech that was made by someone from Slaughter and Mere, and that was quite interesting. Got a little break now till about 10:30, and then the next session will be starting. So I've just attended the first 2 sessions of this virtual internship. The first one looked at networking and the ways in which we can network and how we should be networking, and remembering the 3 P's: people, people, people. The second session looked at well-being, and in particular looked at why it's important, yes, of course, to be working hard, but also to be looking after our mental well-being, our social well-being, having a good work-life balance. And both of those sessions were really useful and something to definitely think about. The next session is coming up very shortly at 11:40, and this will be an introduction to commercial law. So that session was an introduction to commercial law being provided by 2 solicitors from Clyde & Co. They were talking about the work they do, what commercial law involves. We're also talking about the future of the legal industry and the importance of legal tech, which was quite interesting. Next session is not till about 1:30, so we've got a nice hour for break. We're going to have something for lunch, and there's also a couple of bits and pieces that I need to get on with. I may type up the notes also from the sessions that I've just attended. Had something for lunch and I started typing up the notes from the sessions that I attended this morning. So I've got some notes to type up, but I'll probably do that later on. Right now I'm about to head into the next 2 sessions that we've got. These are for half an hour each, and they are also being delivered by representatives from law firms, so they should be quite interesting. The first of those 2 sessions was delivered by 2 representatives from Clyde & Co. again, and this time they were talking about those important skills like teamwork and commercial awareness that is useful for a lawyer to have, but also useful for the application process as well. And then the second seminar was given by a representative from Herbert Smith, and she was talking about legal drafting, the structure of an advisory note, how to structure it and some of the top tips about making it clear for your client. Those were quite interesting seminars. We've got 2 more coming up shortly. Regarding the 2 sessions that I attended, the first one looked at global investigations and the second one looked at the anatomy of private equity transactions, which were quite interesting, quite complicated and quite technical, but still nonetheless quite intriguing to some extent. I'm about to go into the final sessions for today. The final session looked at legal research, which was quite interesting. And yeah, that was the final session for the first day of the virtual internship. Really good day, a lot of sessions, but really good overall. You might be wondering why I'm in formal attire indoors. Well, the reason for that is I've got a moot coming up shortly. This is not connected with the internship, this is something separate. But yeah, I've got that coming up, so wish me luck. First of all, the moot that I participated in was really good. It was a moot on mitigation. Mitigation involves trying to persuade the court in criminal proceedings to be more lenient in the final sentence that they're going to give. It was a really interesting moot, lots of judicial interventions by 2 barristers who were acting as judges, and I found out the outcome of that round and I got through to the final, which to be honest I did not expect at all, so I'm happy with that. Afterwards, just got on with some note taking from the sessions that I attended today. Today has been really good, really insightful, and I'm looking forward to day 2. Welcome to day 2 of the virtual internship. Definitely looking forward to it. Yesterday was really good, so I'm sure today will be just as good. The focus today will be less on the seminars, but more on a piece of work that they're going to be setting this morning and which we'll be looking at throughout the course of the day. The first session, therefore, is going to be just an introduction to that work sample, an introduction to what we'll be expected to do for this particular piece of work. So that session was an introduction to the work sample that has been set. What we have to do is we have to think of ourselves as a trainee solicitor, and we are advising a client who's seeking to expand their business. And there are a series of tasks that we need to complete to help inform this client. So for example, we have to lay out the key aspects of an acquisition. We also have to lay out due diligence considerations that need to be made, and also think about the different methods of dispute resolution and advising upon which one will be the most favourable, the better option for the client. So there's a lot of tasks, there's a lot to consider for this sample, but they've given us the rest of today and a little bit of tomorrow to work on this sample. What I'm going to be doing is to read over the sample once again so that I am familiar with what I need to do. And then the initial step will be to do some research and start making some notes, looking at sources, etc., to start building up an idea of how I'm going to answer this work sample. So far, I've done a little bit of research for this work sample and I've started to put a Word document together. We have the option to either do like a PowerPoint or Google Slides or do it as a Word document. I've decided to do it as a Word document. So I'm starting to put that together, and I've went through one of the exercises, which was to look at a non-disclosure agreement and to identify areas of mistakes, errors, spelling errors, lack of punctuation, things like that. So I've managed to do that, which I'm pleased with. This afternoon I'll be focusing on the other 2 tasks where that'll need a lot more research, so hopefully I'll get quite a bit done for that. Making good progress with the work sample, taking a break from that now to attend a seminar. The seminar is looking at teamwork and collaboration, so it should be quite interesting. And then afterwards I'll be getting on with more of the work sample. I'm almost finished with the task that was set for the work sample. I'll be continuing with that and hopefully finishing that later on today. But I'm taking another break. This time I'm attending a talk that's been put on by BPP Law School. Again, something separate from the internship, something different. And like I said, being put on by BPP Law School, and this is looking at pupilages, so it should be quite interesting and hopefully quite informative. The talk by BPP was really interesting, talking about how to land a pupillage, talking about how to build up your CV and get that experience, which was quite interesting. And then I continued on with the work sample, managed to get quite a bit done for it. I'm almost finished. I'll probably finish that off in the morning, ready to get peer reviewed. At the moment, I'm just socializing with my friends, just catching up with them. I'll probably be doing that for a little longer and then heading off to bed. So I'll catch you for day 3, the final day of the internship. This is it, the final day of the virtual internship. The focus will be on peer reviewing the work sample. So I'll get an opportunity to have a look at someone else's work sample, have a read through it and give feedback on it, and they'll be able to do the same with mine. So what I'll need to do later on is to upload it to Google Drive, so there's a shareable link so they have access to the work sample that I've put together. There's a session later on at 11 o'clock, which is a debrief relating to the work sample. So before that, I'm just going to make sure that I've completed the work sample and got everything that needs to be in it. So I'm just about to go into the first session for today, which, like I mentioned, will be a debrief on the working sample. So the marking criteria, how we should be marking each other's work, and the process for submitting the work to Bright Network so that they've got evidence that A, you've completed the work sample, and B, that you've peer reviewed someone else's work. And then afterwards, I'll be getting on with peer reviewing. I've been in contact through WhatsApp. There's a WhatsApp group, and I was able to get in contact with one of the people in that group, and so they are my partners, so I'll be reviewing their work. I was able to get my presentation peer reviewed, so we had a marking criteria that was provided, and we were also provided with a model answer that we could make reference to, and so we looked at the criteria and just give feedback to each other about where we went well and where we could have improved, and that was really useful. I then had to fill in like a form so that I could send it off to Bright Network, so they had evidence that, like I said, A, I've done the work sample, and B, that I've peer reviewed someone else's. That's been sent off. That's all done now. Really good exercise. How to go into the final sessions for today. Yeah, these will be the final sessions for this internship. The main session was on career advice and applications, looking at those important attributes like commercial awareness, resilience, communication, etc. Really informative and interesting talk. And then there was a final thank you from the team that had organised the internship. And with that comes the end of the virtual internship. It's been a really enriching experience. I'll be honest, commercial law is not an area I'm particularly interested in, more inclined towards public law or employment law. But I wanted to keep it open mind, and I'm glad I took part in this internship. A lot to take away from it about skills that I need to develop, for example. But yeah, it's been really good. We'll be getting our certificate at some point, so I'm looking forward to getting that. But yeah, glad I took part in it. And I hope you've enjoyed this vlog and me detailing my experiences of the internship. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to do the usual things like follow me on Facebook and Instagram, subscribe to the channel by clicking the bottom right hand corner, but hit that notification bell to keep up to date as well. And you can also comment if you've got any questions or queries in the do that in the comment section below. And yeah, share the video, let other people know about it, and I'll see you in the next video.